Hello and welcome to the Deep End, August 6th, our signature doubleheader FFPC Best Ball Tournament live stream tonight. Later, Nick Bakay, famous Hollywood mogul, Nick Bakay. Right now, the great Trista Krick, who I am privileged to know through our interactions at WGR, BetMGM. She's a stud. We are 20 seconds away from starting, or thereabouts, from starting this draft. We have the second pick later. Do two drafts tonight, back-to-back, both live. Pick 10. This one, pick 2. Great that they're different. We'll talk about the recent news, even possibly a Christian McCaffrey injury. CeeDee Lamb went to DNR, which scared me at first. Like, that's really serious, but that just means did not report. Anyway, glad to have you tonight. I'm up way north in Canada. Adam Krautwurst as well with Trista Krick. Welcome to the Deep End. Let's go.
What a night. I love the vibes already. Pick 2, ready to roll. Trista, we've been talking all day. I can see you're excited.
Oh, I'm super excited. I've locked in my pick. As long as everything goes the way, I finally have an opinion. I haven't had an opinion all day. I've been doing a lot of housework in Portland, a lot of honeydew lists. When I say honeydew, it's like more like daughter do. So, yeah, I'm fired up. I'm kind of flying blind a little bit. Things have been coming fast and furious in terms of, so we're just getting into it. We're going to collaborate as this whole thing goes along. I'm going to defer to the experts. I think Adam really vibed with me when I was throwing shade at PFF. PFF be lying. Hashtag PFF be lying.
No kidding.
Vibing all day. We're vibing all day.
We have plenty of time. Love drafting on the ends for the podcast purpose because we can get to talk about each other and what's been happening in the drafts. But right now we are up with Christian McCaffrey, the player at number 1, unfazed. CeeDee Lamb, Trista, has been the presumptive pick here throughout draft season, and he plays for your favorite team. Not that matters too much to us. Are you in on Lamb? Are you worried about a holdout, or you want to go in a different direction, or what do you think?
I think I'm in on Lamb. I think he would be an idiot to hold out. Dak and him obviously both need to get paid. There's not a lot of like premium weapons on that team. I think Zeke Elliott is going to be a shell of himself. I feel like you kind of have to go Lamb, especially since there's no go-to running back that I really love past CMC.
Adam?
Love that. Yes, the CeeDee Lamb it is. You're making the picks, right, Mike? As I saw.
I got it.
Yes? Okay, perfect. I was just going to ask you, Tristan, that you're the Cowboys fan. You're in. That's your world. How worried are we about a CeeDee Lamb holdout? I'm not worried yet. They usually don't. I mean, they have no leverage, right? They have to pay all that money back if they end up holding out and all that.
Yeah, I think in general, like, I just don't worry about long-term wide receiver holdouts, period. Like, I just think I can cuss on this stream or no?
Absolutely.
I think it's bullshit. I honestly think it's cap, like it's lies. Like, okay, CeeDee, you're going to hold out. Like, murder, we don't believe you. So, like, okay, like, he's going to get his money. He's going to get his money, and they're not going to pay Dak next year. Dak's going to go to some other team. And then he's going to be in Never Land with probably it's like a Taylor Heineke situation.
Who is the funniest quarterback name? I think Gardner Minshew played a little bit too well to any longer be the funniest quarterback name.
Well, we don't talk about Dakota Rain. Like, we don't talk about Dakota Rain enough.
Right.
I mean, no, he's too good.
Yeah, he's too good.
Breece Hall at 105, by the way. Bijan at 107.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think we got valued there. We couldn't have gone running back there.
If we had to pick, Adam, between Hall and Robinson, what are your thoughts?
I play in enough leagues where I get a little bit of both. So if I was in one league, I honestly think I would go with Breece Hall. I just think that he doesn't have as much. I mean, Tyler Algier is 1,000-yard back. I know we have a new, he's in his 3rd year. I know we have a new coaching staff there, but they might love Tyler Algier, and he's pretty good. He's not going on anywhere. So there is a little bit capped upside for Bijan to me. We've seen Breece Hall do it with a terrible team with Zach Wilson at the helm. I think you have a healthy Rodgers. I think Breece Hall to me is the 102 at running back, but it's certainly close.
Trista?
Yeah, for me as well. Like, I just don't know what the Falcons are going to look like. Like, I've been hearing about Kyle Pitts for 3 years now. Like, I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get their shit together. And like, I know Jahmyr Gibbs went like 110, but I kind of like Jahmyr Gibbs more than I like Bijan. Like, I think Breece Hall is the obvious one for me, but like the Jahmyr Gibbs upside to me, and I like Bijan a lot. He's obviously a very dynamic back, but I just don't know if I trust that offense and like what it's going to be. I have no idea. I don't think any of us know.
For the record, so Trista got her shot in. Adam loved it. Adam couldn't wait to applaud the PFF shot. The point was that PFF rates the Jets as a top 5 offensive line. And here we are, like both of these guys are like, oh, Breece Hall, of course, over Bijan Robinson, of course. You know, maybe they know something, but I don't want to fight.
There's too many question marks about the Falcons. We've got a quarterback controversy.
Do we? Is there a quarterback controversy?
I don't know about like a real one, but like you can't draft.
No.
I lost so much money, guys, on the draft because I had Michael Penix to be drafted not in the first round. I had the Falcons to take a defensive lineman, or I think it was just like a defensive lineman, I think it was. Edge.
Which they should have.
And I lost twice on that. So I'm a little salty about the Michael Penix pick. Okay, so we got Derrick Henry going the top of the second round. That's interesting to me.
That's early. That's 202. According to Fantasy Mojo, Derrick Henry's earliest draft slot in the last 2 days is 205. It goes as late as the end of the third in one of these drafts. The same tournament, the $1,000 best ball tournament, went 312, which I mean that's kind of crazy too. But Team 11 starting 2 running backs, and there's the first tight end, Travis Kelce. Adam, what do you think is ideal for us? I feel like there should be maybe a little bit of scramble at receiver with the Puka Nacua injury as well, what that means for him. He's still not taken here as of 205, what that means for Cooper Kupp. And I guess McCaffrey is settled already as he still goes to 101 with Ayuk, also somebody in limbo, and what that means for Debo. So there's a lot to consider here.
Yeah, I would like, I mean, I don't know. See, the problem is people are watching this and we're drafting live, and I don't want to give up too much away before we get to our pick here, but there's a player we discussed a lot during the day that's still available. I would like him. There's a lot of guys that I still like here. I would like one running back probably in the next 2 picks. And if a tight end falls, I'd be okay with that too, but it looks like they're kind of flying off the board here, but there's some receivers left. A lot of players here I like. So, and some maybe even in the offense that Trista and I don't really know if we believe in yet. So we'll see what happens as it comes up here.
What's the reluctance? Like I said, I haven't been like digging deep into ADP, but what's the reluctance against a player like Kyren Williams? Is it just
there he goes?
There he goes.
As Adam said, people are watching. As soon as you get to and then
so you didn't say anything. Golly. So I don't know who's watching.
I think the answer to your question is sort of the analytics crowd never thought he was that good. He's not big. And even with the year he had last year in McVay's, love for sort of a big time RB1, the Blake Corum pick, I think people still want to bet against a guy that they never liked in the first place. I think that's the answer.
Yeah. And I think Corum might be a better prospect, and Kyron's undersized. So he missed 5 games last year. So, again, when he plays, he's going to be a top 5 back because McVay's going to run him to the ground. But, it's just hard for me to take him at RB8. I'd much rather have Puka there or, Devontae Adams or something like that. So
Puka makes it to 208. That's low for him, but he's hurt, and people just try to figure out what to do about it. We are on deck at 211 with CeeDee Lamb at the 102.
What are we at on Achane?
We love Achane. there goes Cooper Kupp. Wow. Okay. I love Achane. I also, Trista earmuffs. I like Drake London here a lot too. Where's his ADP, Mike? Because again, we got to build 19. So it's a little
early, but then you have to figure out running back or tight end, probably one or the other in 3. right?
Yeah. I mean, Trista, do you have a list of players in front of you? Can you see anything that we're doing?
I see in terms of like what we've drafted, or no, I can't.
Who's left?
I know Achan's left.
I have that.
Yeah.
Who else? Andrews is left.
Do you like Achan, Trista?
I love Achan.
Yeah.
And I know
then I'm
You like- I think London is good too.
I'll
Can we
defer
get
to the
Achan on the way back, Mike? I think we can.
Do you think so?
Possibly.
Do
London's a
With the
monster.
first team
I'd be
picking
fine
running
with
back,
it. Do London.
let's take London.
Do London.
All right.
I really I like London where they took Harrison. I mean, so
Team
like
one
that.
took a running back, so we'll see what team one does.
Right.
Whose
I like
team
that.
name, by the way, Trista, is Where's Bulldogs.
Where's
So they could be
Bulldogs? I
watching.
saw
They
that.
could be watching tonight.
So there probably are. So here goes. But that's okay because we like a couple players.
You think they're going to go Achan CMC?
They
Dickheads.
could. They shouldn't. They should.
They do play in week 16, and the playoff weeks will be relevant, I think, in the end.
Yes.
And Cade Olave, if you want Achan, that's the pick.
You think we should?
Absolutely.
I agree.
I'm
mean,
okay.
You like him. I like him. Mike's okay with it to win.
He just texted me like 2 weeks ago that he loves Achan.
I do. I do.
So why you lukewarm on the man?
He's trying to play it cool. He's trying to play it real cool.
No, my wife just brought me dinner. Can I show you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Is it like Canadian goose? What is it? What are you eating?
It's like
Mediterranean
pheasants.
night. The great
Ooh.
chef, Mr. Michael Martisak, is cooking. We've got some chicken souvlaki. We've got a Mediterranean salad. We've got some chips. We've got some Greek potatoes. You couldn't do much better than this.
Wow.
You've got a fealty.
That's
Mr.
right.
Yeah.
a cornucopia of food over there. It's unbelievable.
Not bad.
Guys, I
Great
love
week.
the start. I love the start.
Me too.
I mean,
Me
London
too.
past ADP. Go ahead.
How do you feel about the Dolphins?
I love the Dolphins. I like that offense. I obviously love Tyreek Hill. I mean, I probably Cuisine and Canton will be way better, they say.
That's the FF Expo we're going to. You going to the FF Expo this week, Trista, or what? Come on. Canton, Ohio. Calling your name.
You know, I have a friend who produces Matt Harmon's show, and he said that it's like one of the nerdiest events that you could
totally
possibly go to.
It's totally
I said, what are they even selling? Like, are you guys selling stuff? What are you selling? Picks, like pamphlets?
Some people are there's
Yeah.
booths. There's booths. There's it's really just a big party for everyone to see each other once a year and hang out. Mike's about to destroy the expo here in a second, but his mouth is full.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he likes what I'm saying. There's a poker tournament. There's a flag football tournament. You know, it's a good time.
Trista, Des
Yes.
Bryant played in the flag football tournament at the Expo
He was
last
there
year.
last year.
Really?
Yeah.
I would be,
And-
I'm not going to lie, I would be I'm a monster at flag football. Monster.
Well, you and Adam have to talk later, but
Oh,
Matt Harmon,
Oh,
Who-
Malik. Oh, no.
we had no chance.
No.
No chance.
Yeah, I know.
I was so excited to meet Matt, more excited than I ever would have been to meet Des Bryant. And I met Matt
I
Harmon
hear he's
last.
like the celebrity. He's like, that's what my friend Colin said, who was my former producer at USA Today, produces their show. And he was like, the dude can't go anywhere. People are fawning.
wow.
Matt.
He's got an entourage.
Well-
Wait, Matt or Des?
Matt.
Matt.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Matt.
Adam, you were there, right? Like
Yes.
everybody's at the Saturday night, and I meet Matt Harmon and Trista. You know how it is. Like I've had regular conversations with maybe 100 people over the last 20 years at WGR that I've never seen and met in person. So I meet Matt Harmon. I'm Mike Shope from WGR. And the first thing he says was, "Oh my God, you're way more handsome than I expected."
I thought the same thing when I met you in person.
Well, that's wonderful. But I can't stop. I've never reconciled. Is that a line? Or is that,
I don't know.
just
No, it's not a line. You maybe you're not like that photogenic.
Maybe
maybe.
that too. Maybe it's the
'Cause
voice.
you're-
You gotta hear the
Because
voice.
you're very swaggy in person. Like you've got like your little clear glasses thing you do. You got
Swaggy
your
Mike. That's what we've been calling him.
That's
someone
right.
took Ingram. I hate that for us. I like Ingram a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
do-
visual medium. unfortunately, or fortunately for me. I'm not sure which, but it is a visual medium. Trista joining us from the Ingalls abode in the middle of Nebraska. Trysta Krick, the great Trysta Krick from BetMGM tonight. Before we get into round 4, Adam, I think we should probably take a moment and hear a word from our sponsor.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's the Podfather. I have great news. The draft kit is live. It is world famous. Why? Because it is the best resource for winning fantasy football championships that exists. There are rankings and cheat sheets for every format you can imagine. We have projections both at the team level and the player level. And wherever you are, you can click on a player, open them up, and see in-depth written analysis about what to expect in fantasy football from that player this year. And then you can click on the team and you can get even more in-depth analysis, all the drivers of fantasy production, both in a positive and negative direction for that team, including a signature trend. And the graphics are incredible. So these team insights, they give you the team level projections, the vacated targets, the vacated ARs. And we added a bunch of features. I mean, individual cheat sheets for Theo and Billy and Dario. So you could take your favorite analyst and download their personal draft cheat sheet. And then in the commissioners section, Memphis Young lays out everything you need to know to manage a league, the best minds in the industry contributing analysis. It's certainly not the most inexpensive draft kit on the market, but it is the best. PlayerProfiler.com/draft kit, PlayerProfiler.com/draft kit. Go get it.
Middle of round 4 in the $300,000 FFPC Best Ball Tournament. Mike Shope, Adam Krautwurst, the great Trysta Krick from BetMGM. We are coming up at 4:11. Fantasy Mojo pointing out in the chat, first Breece Hall, Puka Nacua combo. Quickly, Adam, that's to be expected. I mean, things are going to start to move in August. It's already started.
Yeah, that stuff's gonna happen. I mean, it's nice to get the first one if it feels good, you know. But listen, I don't even think he's that. I think they've even said it's just a kind of a sore knee type of thing. So I can't see Puka slipping much further than that. So good for Star Fox and getting that first stack of Puka and Breece.
We would have done that at 211 for sure.
Yes.
Trysta,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
what do you want here?
Man, what do you think we should do? Should we try to go on this quarterback run, or should we go tight end
I think
or running back?
I mean, if you want a tight end, this is Ferguson's range, right, Mike, or around here.
Yep.
Which we would stack with Lamb, which wouldn't be bad. Or if you want a receiver, we're looking at Pickens or Michael Pittman.
I think Ferguson is the pick.
I think so too.
Wonderful.
Unless you want to dare team one to not pick a second tight end. But Trista, a lot of teams will do that, even in this tournament, because FFPC players sort of lean into tight end. You know, this is our edge. Maybe we're going to play against players who are used to underdog or different formats, not sure. You do not, in my opinion, you do not want to get trapped at tight end. And we have Lamb. So I think Ferguson is a snap call here.
Yep. I agree.
Especially if you guys love him. It's
I do too. What do you want to do on, and especially Dak loves his tight ends. We know that he feeds them. Like they're getting sometimes Dak has targeted a tight end 8-9 times in a game. So that's the touches are going to be there. What are we going to do on the back end?
Sorry?
I was going to say, what are we going to do on the back end? Because we're like running through time.
I think it's a receiver almost no matter what. Adam, what do you think?
I agree, and I don't care what one it is. I say we throw it to Trista and see which one she likes.
So, all right. The top 3 names by ADP would be Pickens,
Gross.
right?
Gross.
Diggs. I have to look at the list again. Diggs, Flowers, Amari Cooper is interesting.
Yeah.
Is Pittman still left?
Pittman just went.
And Devontae's gone.
Devontae Adams?
And Smith.
Smith. Yeah. I can't see where he went. Just a little small. What about DJ Moore? He's gone.
Pretty good value for Devontae Smith at 403.
Yeah, it is. Who else is still? I'm very anti George Pickens. I just want to say I think he's a bitch. Like I think he's a diva. Is T gone as well? Where are you guys at with Tank Dell?
Mike loves him. I'm fine with him. I like T. Higgins. I like Christian Kirk there as well. Like, I think
it's Diggs or Dell.
I like Dell.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Unless, Adam, you want to go Kirk? I mean, I don't think I would.
No, go. Trista wants Dell. I'm going to do 8,000 of these. So let's give her Dell. I'm going to do 8 million of these, and it's best ball, and Dell's going to have some big weeks. When you don't have to figure out when to start them.
Trista, you're Dell over Diggs for sure.
Definitely.
She doesn't like bitches, so I mean, clearly.
Yeah, it's a pretty obvious. Like I like the guys who put their face into the dirt. They don't ask no questions. They do their damn job. They're not trying to get into it with the quarterback. Like, you know what it is. You know what time it is. That WGR grind. Like, I'm out.
Well, you're a big Neighbors fan. I don't know. Neighbors is looking like he might be one of those two. Neighbors, he got 2 fist fights today.
Unguardable, though.
Unguardable. I love him.
That's who I really wanted. But he just went early. 3.8 is pretty.
Well, I guess we could have gone, and that's the thing about taking. So the hard thing trying to project, right? Even with your first pick, like if we would have gone with a running back, I could have seen us getting to Neighbors with our third pick, but because then we could have gone running back, London, Neighbors, which I would have loved. But now we're not looking at a running back for like 6 or 7 rounds, and it's like you can do it, but it's it's not. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary.
Joe Mixon, huh?
Sorry.
Interesting. So we're back on we're waiting on running back for a while then, huh?
I think we can look at it now in 6 and 7 again, depending on who's there. But
got it.
Trista, let's talk. Excuse me. Let's talk about you.
Yes.
All right.
So, of course, many of our viewers and listeners will be familiar with your work through BetMGM, through our conversations, through hearing about your mother and different things they've learned about your life. What would you like people to know about sort of what you're about?
I'm about the culture, man. I'm about everybody, Krick of the people. I don't know. I did this. So I started when I was like, this is going to inform a lot of me. And so I say this not to flex and not to do anything else, but to just kind of give people an insight into like what has shaped pretty much my DNA. Is I started in the hip hop space when I was about 9. So writing hip hop songs, recording, rapping, all that. So by the time I was like 17, I thought I was going to be a rapper. Like I really did. And I didn't. I got an offer from Sony. My mom made me turn it down because the offer, of course, was like pennies for like indentured servitude. And I was probably going to be the one like brushing the hair of the king or queen, like that would have been me. So, but that my style, my interests, my cadence, my inflection, everything, the word choice, delivery of me in the business has been informed by that. And so 2 weeks ago, I did Cameron and Mace's show and did a freestyle on their show and finally got to live my dream of rapping for some guys that were my idols. So yeah, grew up as kind of the minority in a neighborhood filled with, Latino, Black folks, brown folks. And so I'm for the people.
Where, Trista?
In Portland, Oregon, which makes it so crazy. The whitest city in America per capita. And I had no idea. I was just in my little brown bubble. And so in that rap to Krick of the People, I said, I do this for the kids in suburbia, and I do this for the thugs that'll tie you down and murder you. And that's pretty much the line. All the content is for everyone. Personality for everyone. It's inclusive. Not
to get too personal with you, but are you also telling your life, essentially a short version of your life story to your mom sitting next to you? Is she listening? And are you also talking to her?
No, I'm not. She knows. She knows 100%. Like she's been my ride or die. She was. I performed for her at 6 years old. Ain't Nothing But a G Thing by Snoop and Dre. My sister was Dre. I was Snoop. My sister was 16. I was 6. And my mom, instead of clutching her proverbial pearls was like, hey, like, why don't you write your own stuff? Like, why don't you record? Why don't you write poetry? So she's
There it
always been my biggest fan, but she always has production notes. There's always something I could have said better. There's always a story I could have had tighter. And that's probably what's fueled a perfectionist mentality in me.
It was her idea first. Very cool.
Where did the sports come in?
I played basketball. Stop chirping. I played basketball starting when I moved to Portland when I was like 5 or 6. Played with the guys. Grew up playing with all boys until they make you stop. So that you have to be in like a co-ed league or in a women's league. So that was kind of where it all began. Was a Cowboy fan from the time my sister started dating a Cowboy fan, which was like right in the heart of, the best days of Cowboy fandom. There's never been a better one since. But yeah, that's kind of how it started. Went to Oregon. Ducks were huge. College football. Reggie Bush did the somersault right in front of me in that end zone. That classic one.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I was in finance for almost 5 years before. I thought that was a clap from Shope for a second. Finance, yeah, 5 years, and then pivoted to media because of my love for sports and my desire to entertain and make people laugh and all that stuff.
Very
awesome.
nice.
That's incredible. Sounds like you're made for the FF Expo. So that'll be this weekend, and you can come.
Yeah. They're part of the culture, right? Like, yeah.
That's right.
I'm not going.
I'm sure it's an incredibly diverse crowd.
Breaking hearts all over America. Yeah.
I'm not going. I'm here. I'm 3.5 hours north of Toronto, and this is pretty good. So
when are we taking a quarterback?
Are we taking Dak coming up here? Is that what we're doing?
Maybe. I mean, is there any reason for Team 1 to do it other than to sort of annoy us?
I mean,
because it's early.
It is. How early is it? Tell me.
10 picks around.
10
There's also Stroud.
Ooh, I like Stroud.
So then we push it then and take whoever's left.
We wait.
You don't think Stroud will go like soon? Because it feels like there's a little bit of a mini run.
Well, I say if we want one, we take him at 7-2. We take whoever's left, right, Mike? Or
yeah.
No? Yes.
Okay. So who do we want at 6-11?
You want a running back again or no?
I like Godwin at quarterback.
Stroud goes.
I like Godwin and Deontay Johnson.
Stroud just went? Gross.
Yes.
Oh no.
They're listening to our stream, bro. We gotta keep it in the chat.
Okay.
That is the way it goes. I don't think. I mean, Team 1. There's just no reason for that team to take Prescott.
Okay, if you want to push it, I like Godwin or Deontay Johnson at receiver a lot. Who?
Deontay's a bitch.
Okay, so it's Chris Godwin then, or the running backs. Jones.
What about Mike? Is Mike Evans gone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's been gone. Yeah, he's been gone 4th round.
Let's take Prescott and figure it out. There's not much of a difference.
All right. Yeah, let's do that.
Fine. Perfect.
Doesn't matter.
We're up against it.
Yeah.
I think the best receiver available is Marquise Brown.
Drop City though. Drop City.
Not True. Predictive, year to year. He's got to stay healthy. He's got the perfect quarterback.
What about Jaden Reed?
Jaden Reed's available.
Is he?
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, I
don't really like that more.
I don't like that more either. But I also want Trista to make picks.
No, it's fine. I'm deferring.
I would give her
Trista. What about Christian Watson versus Reed?
He's such a boomer bust guy, and he's had some injury issues. So that's really
he is the 4th receiver we're taking, and boomer bust is exactly what I want.
What about Rome?
Okay.
Rome Odunze?
Correct.
I think we can wait out Rome. I think we can get him in.
A little bit of a reach.
If you like a Bear, I mean, Keenan Allen's there. If you like Bears receivers, you were talking about DJ Moore.
That's right, though. That's right.
I do like Keenan Allen. I think he's probably being slept on a little bit.
Well, the top ADP guys are Hollywood Brown, Godwin, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson. That would be Mike. Any schedule stuff we need to know about these guys? Any?
Let me look.
I mean, it's not.
Which player?
It's any
Keenan
of them.
Allen. Any of them.
Chiefs, Bucks, Bears.
Chiefs, Bucks, Bears. Tampa is the best. I would pick Godwin if he makes it.
Do you hate Godwin, Trista?
I don't hate him. I just feel like
He's
last
going
year, and
back to the slot.
I know he's not. Yeah, like, is his target share going to go up that much? I remember his wife was all up on Instagram bitching and complaining about he's not getting as many targets. He's boomer
She's
bust.
right. She's absolutely right. Well, there goes Hollywood Brown. So that's up. So I would say pick between Godwin, Keenan Allen, and Jaden Reed. Mike, is that correct? Or
Godwin, Keenan Allen.
Who would you pick, Mike?
Reed, Rashi Riceco. Yes.
Yeah,
that's it. I just like Godwin the most because of the schedule.
Me too. Trista?
What about the schedule?
They play Dallas in 16, I think, and they'll play London twice. Let's pick Godwin, then I can explain that if you want me to.
That's fine. Yeah, do it. Let's do it.
So you want to get to week 15 as a top 2 team in this league. So job 1 is to be one of the first or second place teams in this group tonight. After that, the score is reset, and the big money, which is really why we're here, is all decided in the playoff weeks, 15, 16, and 17. And that's really fundamentally about matchups and having players combined in games that blow up. So ideally you get to week 17, and with Dallas, that's Philadelphia, with Tampa Bay, that's Carolina, with Miami, Cleveland, etc. You want to find those sort of, games.
Soft spots.
Yeah, and high-scoring matchups where they're scoring back and forth against each other. So you want to have
and
go ahead, Mike.
I wouldn't worry too much about predicting which games those are, because I pull from eating outside, and you know how that can be.
That's right.
Just try to be aligned. So Tampa and Carolina both played Dallas, I believe. 15 and 16 is Carolina, Tampa, and then Philly. I'm doing this from memory, so I'm not sure I'm right. But I think Tampa is a good complement to Dallas, and that's also a team, as is Carolina, where later on there are, several options to try to fill out those, possible perfect stack matchups.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Would you like a pita chip?
You don't believe in Dallas's pass defense anymore? You think
I don't care about Dallas's pass defense, really. I don't know what Detroit's pass defense was last year, but week 17, Dallas-Detroit, Dallas plays super fast. They scored like crazy. The game blew up. Yeah. So I'm not as Scott Connor, Charles and Chill famously said on this podcast once, I let other people do that work. I'm not trying to predict, defenses and what they can or can't do. Every week is so random and different in the NFL, as you know, trying to bet on this league. So just give me the matchups that make sense. Let's be smart about how we build it. Then we hope we get there. And if we do, you could win $100,000 as a third of our team.
Wow.
Love that. I love that for us.
It does sound incredible. So yeah, you want to stack these teams up, Trista. So you want to get, the idea is to get the most points and stuff, to have to get less things right is we have Lamb. Well, let's take Prescott, because if Lamb goes off, Prescott's going to go off. You know what I mean? You get London, you want Kirk Cousins, because if one goes off, you want them both so that you can really, and then hey, if they're playing another team, maybe we grab from the other team. So if the game goes off, now we have both sides of it. So that's kind of what we're trying to thread that needle. But yeah,
what's also maybe informative about last year was the Thursday night game was Jets Browns, and it was Joe Flacco against, I don't know, Tim Boyle, maybe, I don't even remember. But that game blew up in December on a Thursday night, which everyone hates for points.
Yeah.
And that was a huge game. And Amari Cooper, who advanced everybody from week 16 to 17, didn't play.
Yeah.
And still it was like he just Flacco to Jerome Ford in the flat, 50-yard touchdown. It was like just this stupid high-scoring game. You know, I don't want to give up on it, but I feel like nobody really knows anything when it comes to that. And I'm trying not to offend you.
Who just got taken? Because I can't see.
It is good if we move on from that, actually.
It says shoot us an email. Okay, there's
shoot us an email goes at 9:02 here and 8:02 here in the deep end.
Well, like, what's happening? I agree. This is a different kind of league than I've ever played, so that's why I defer to you guys because it's just not one of those things I really have done before. You know,
it's fun. You should definitely try it. Best ball. It's the best.
He's doing that right now.
That's right.
That's what we're doing.
Right.
That's
we're bringing her in. We're bringing her in.
So there's Christian Watson around later. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Build wise. Hi, Carolyn. Oh, how nice. Want to say hi? Okay.
Okay.
Carolyn, everybody. You both have met Carolyn.
Yes.
Build wise, I love how we are, Adam. Quarterback, tight end, taken care of. They align. One running back. We can't ignore running back. That's what sort of my weakness is in these drafts. Is they get a little too cocky at this point. Want to make sure we have some meat when it comes to the running back position.
I agree. Who do you guys want to take?
So this is the area where it's DeAndre Swift, Najee Harris, Jonathan Brooks, who Mike and I both love.
I do too.
Correlation.
Correlation, and it's a excuse me, sorry. The end of the season means a ton because it's survive and advance every week. So the end of the season is worth more than the beginning of the season. So Brooks will be around for the second half. Where are you on the Titans backfield, Trista, and the Steelers backfield?
I was just thinking that. I think I don't know if Tony Pollard's cooked. Like, I just think that was a bad spot for him to be in Dallas. Personally, I think there's a lot of upside with a young guy like Jonathan Brooks, though. We saw some regression from Tony Pollard, but again, he didn't have like a power back by his side. He was the every down back, which as a Dallas fan, I knew was not going to fucking work. Like, just not. Yeah. And, you know, given that he's got Tajay, I really just don't know. Like, that's kind of like where I'm at. I just don't know.
That's where everybody's at. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. You're just kind of taking pieces. Where are you guys at with Javonte Williams? I mean, they said the coach said yesterday, and I'm kind of, I'm looking for all the good news because I'm so in on Javonte Williams that he's lost a ton of weight and he looks incredible. That's what they're saying. And he's coming last year, knee injury, or 2 years ago, knee injury last year, coming back from it. We don't have to take him here, but I really like I like double tapping running back here and then maybe making him one of those running backs. But again, it's just
we should definitely take Brooks.
Yeah, let's take Brooks, and then let's talk about
or maybe even tight end.
Yeah, like, because the issue that I have with Javonte is that like PFF, Denver be lying. Like, I've had many scenarios where like Royce Freeman. They said he looked amazing. That was a while ago. Remember, their running back room is never quite solid to me.
It's never truthful.
Yeah, I don't know. The
answer no, listen. I've been at so much Javonte Williams, so I'm not. This is fine. But I think we should. Mike, are you okay with double tapping RB? Or you think you want to go somewhere else?
I am, and I will tell you more in 24 seconds.
Okay. So Trista, here are the other backs: Zach Moss, Tony Pollard, Chase Brown, Brian Robinson. That's all we really look at here as far as running backs. Maybe Eckler if you want to get crazy.
Gross.
Oh, this is so
I kind of like Chase Brown. I know it's a reach, and maybe it's like a.
I don't know if it is a reach anymore. I mean, they're saying they've kind of gone back and forth on who the starter is there. Mike, what are your thoughts?
His skills.
Yeah, he's fast. He's explosive for sure.
So I would be between Javonte Williams and Brian Robinson. And why I like Robinson so much is we are still kind of Trista, is this a hip word? Are we kind of sus at running back? I mean, Brooks might miss games.
Yeah.
Achan is small. Robinson with
Mostert's still in the mix, right? Like, we don't, Mostert will be taking carries. And Mike McDaniel, after Achane came back from injury, like where was Achane was on a milk carton.
Yeah.
Plus, NFC East and Atlanta, London, and Robinson are Week 17 opponents. So I think Robinson is kind of perfect on both fronts.
Yeah.
The volume you'd expect early in the season, unless you want to buy into Eckler. But for me, Robinson is a little bit boring, but he is kind of obvious here.
I like that.
That makes sense. And Trista doesn't like Eckler from what I heard for a split second. So that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Doesn't he seem washed to you guys or no?
Yeah. Yes, but you could also, tell yourself a story that all of a sudden he's not, would you be shocked, Trista, if week 1 he went crazy? You know what I mean? You just don't know. But I agree. I think he's more on the and plus with Eckler too, we're talking about fantasy football, right? So we have a rookie quarterback who can run really well. They generally don't check down to the running back, and that's Eckler's kind of thing. And Eckler, he was great at the goal line though. Like you could see Brian Robinson getting the goal line work, but Eckler was so good at the goal line too. So it's just hard to know. All these backfields, Cincinnati, Tennessee, Washington, are really kind of hard to figure out here.
Trista.
Leo Shakir. Yes.
So would you be willing to talk about going to Oregon on a golf scholarship?
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, I'd be more than happy. You got to tee me up like you do on the radio though. You can't just like give me like
no pun intended.
Yeah.
What's your favorite golf shot?
Ooh.
Great
question. I would say full pitching wedge. Full pitching wedge.
What is a full pitching wedge for you?
90, 95 yards.
Very nice.
Full pitching wedge into like an uphill like green.
Yeah.
Like spin it back.
Spin it back.
Yes. Back a little bit, spin it back a little bit,
So Adam just joined a country club for the first time in his life.
Woo! Look at money bags over there.
I know, right?
Listen, when you play fantasy football as well as us, you know what I mean? You just kind of throw your money around. But listen, I hit the shot of if you would have asked me that question yesterday, Mike, or 2 days ago, I wouldn't have known what to say. My favorite shot is par 5 3-wood into the green on a par 5 after 2 to get on in 2. Mm-hmm. I hit it yesterday for the first time in my life over a hill. I couldn't even see it. I asked my wife, she was there. I hit it as hard as I could, saw it, and I ran up to the top of the hill to see it. And I saw it land on the green. It was breathtaking. It was breathtaking.
Nice. You know that feeling.
I'm terrible, Trista. I'm terrible.
I have a fantasy question. So I think 90% of Jared Goff's games were indoors. He goes 3 rounds later after Dak. Is the idea just that Dak's in a contract year? Is that why we sort of took him at that spot?
No. The idea is that we have Lamb and Ferguson.
Yeah.
And neither one of them runs anymore. Maybe Prescott can give you a little bit of a rushing upside. This is more one of those, and you don't have to like this. For me, it's like all the contract stuff and all the narrative stuff is baked into the draft position, and Prescott is these 3 rounds above. Does the Goff owner have St. Brown? No. Yes.
Does he? That makes sense.
It's just sort of, I think quarterback, you can go to Hurts or Allen or Mahomes or Jackson early.
Which is why Jordan Love has Jaden Reed.
Yes.
Sure. Like that's right. You're trying to win a tournament. And so you have to have a smart enough team and a lucky enough team that gets you into those playoff weeks. And then you need big scores. And your by far best chance of getting them is having combinations like that. That's really it. So Prescott was early. I mean, Prescott is pick 84, and that's the end of what? It's the end of 7, but we have no chance of him. We talked about the Lions during the day. When you're picking second, we have no chance at Gibbs, Laporta, or St. Brown.
Right.
So, with Prescott, we even took him before the turn just to make sure, because I don't know, doesn't have to be right, but for me, he was like vital to us having any chance at winning money that you would remember us for.
I'm gonna remember you. It's the friends we make along the way. You know?
That's right. That's right. So what you'll find is a lot of times the ADPs don't matter because teams are just looking for their quarterback that matches with their team. So
yeah, with their wide receiver one, they're looking for the quarterback that matches that. Which is interesting because CJ Stroud does not have a single Texan.
Yeah, and they didn't come back and get Tua. They passed on Tua as well. They could get Stafford still for Cooper Kupp.
Stroud is tough to stack later.
Yeah.
So everybody you want for Stroud in tight end premium goes before, except for Schultz. And Team 3 passed on Schultz twice.
Yeah.
So no, Baltimore-Houston aligns with Week 17, but no Diggs, no Collins, no Dell. We have Dell. Okay. We were going to take Stroud, though, because of Dell.
Yeah.
Team 3 could be watching.
Do we want to consider another tight end here before it gets really ugly?
Yeah, I do. What about I have an idea, but I don't want to say it because they already took him. Hawk is gone. I wanted Hawk.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot going on in Minnesota right now, like a lot of question marks around the quarterback position. I think Jordan Addison is facing jail time for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yep.
Which may be actually beneficial for TJ Hawkinson, but I like him. Let me see if there's anybody else that
I would push it.
You would push it?
Just based on what the board looks like. Maybe not.
So it's Komet, Musgrave, Henry. I love Hunter Henry, but what are the ADPs on these guys, Mike?
136 is Henry. The other guys are about a round and a half earlier. I feel like they're all the same. So I can wait.
But I feel like if we wait past 10 and 11, we won't get any of them. And then we're stuck with,
sorry, bugs.
Oh, okay.
Otten, Fant, Jonnu.
Yeah,
later.
I like Otten and Fant. Otten goes with Godwin, and we can still get the quarterback, whose name is drawing a blank to me.
Let's get our next receiver next.
Then,
all right.
Okay, throw them up there, and let's see what Trista thinks of these receivers.
Okay, give me some names.
Give her some names. Sutton, Lockett, Rashid Shaheed, Josh Palmer, Brandon Cooks, which would fit.
Yeah.
Romeo Dobbs, who I love.
I like Romeo Dobbs a lot.
Wicks.
So Dotson, it would be early for Dotson, but I really like him. Yeah, what do you think of those? I mean, I think Cooks fits us. Dobbs, I love. Dotson, I love.
I don't think I want Cooks.
I don't want Cooks either.
Oh no.
I do like Dobbs. I do like
Shaheed, Palmer, Lockett.
I like Shaheed and Dobbs the most. Rome already went, yes?
Yeah, Rome went. Where did he go?
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he went into the 8-3.
I think it's Palmer, Lockett, or Shaheed. I think I would be Palmer.
Why?
Shaheed is later. It's Palmer or Lockett by ADP.
But why do you like Palmer?
Because he's wide receiver 1 or 2. It works on that team. As I got mosquito
That's
problems.
fine. And Justin Herbert's that guy.
She's a big.
Adam, do you hate it?
No, it does. It does make sense. As long as we can get like a Dobbs or something or a Shaheed next, even or later.
Okay, we should.
That's fine. Let's do that.
Okay, let's do that.
Good. It's a good best ball play.
He will go off. He's had some huge games.
Yeah. He will go off. That is true. Best ball. I got to get back in best ball mode. I've been in Fantasy Pros mode for so long, and FFWC mode too. So, but yeah.
Adam gets around, Trista. Adam gets around.
I'm a sloppy drafter. Okay, I'll tell you.
He's not only a golfer.
He's sleuting. He's sleuting around.
I'm a loose drafter. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's a non-monogamous, ethically non-monogamous drafter.
Is that an official title you can check in a census box or whatever that you just said?
Maybe.
Yeah. Ethically non-monogamous.
Ooh, that should be our next team name.
Team one goes running back. We didn't need to do that. We could go. You said both guys you said earlier are available.
Well, we both like Dobbs and
Yeah.
Shaheed. You don't like Shaheed.
I don't.
Why don't you like Shaheed?
I thought you said you didn't like Shaheed. I'm sorry. Did I?
I didn't like him there. It was a little early. This is still like around early. Maybe Lockett.
Lockett was so. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nope. You.
I was just gonna say, in a best ball format, there's gonna be games where Lockett goes crazy. What?
Sorry, I like Charbonnet more.
Oh.
Ooh.
I love Charbonnet actually.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I
Sure?
like Charbonnet for sure.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
Running back 4. So this is like Charbonnet. I mean, who? Zeke?
Gross. Do not. Cannot.
No, we took Charbonnet. It's over.
He's probably already gone, but
he's
who else would be around? Gus Edwards? Who else would be around this range? Like
Cora
Charbonnet.
Yeah.
If you like your team halfway through, go for guys like that.
Yeah, an injury away.
One injury, right. And they might be good anyway. And they might be used, in a primary, or not a primary role, but a decent role anyway. So
Trista, are you Seahawks country? Is that where you are?
We hate them, but yeah.
Okay.
That's nearby. That's where we are.
Gotcha. What's the word on Charbonnet in the backfield there? Anything of note?
I don't have any intel.
Okay.
What's up with Myers? What's up with Jacoby Myers? Or is he gonna? You think he's gonna go? Has he already gone?
I'm out.
He might be still up.
I mean, the
You're out
quarterback
on him.
situation there's gross.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I think it's okay, but for our team,
and he's the third. He could be the third option there.
We have 5.
Yeah.
And I think now one thing you want to, if I were sort of driving this, it would be, we need at least one more quarterback, at least one more tight end. We're going, 20 rounds tonight?
Mm.
So, Trista, feel free to bail anytime you want, by the way.
I'm not bailing, bro. I'm not bailing. Question for you guys. How are you guys feeling about Pearsall?
Love him, right?
Okay, good question.
No, that's a great question. I've been taking him before this, and now I'm even higher on him. I mean, again, Jawan Jennings ahead of him, maybe whatever. We want the second half of the year is what we're looking for. And if they trade Brandon Ayuk, don't bring in like Amari Cooper with it or something. Like if it's, I mean, Pearsall could be the second half guy that could go crazy. I think
they really are going to trade Ayuk, right? Like that's really going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's happening.
Trista, does that make sense? Can they do well? Can San Francisco do well for their chances this year, which is probably most important, by trading Brandon Ayuk? What are they getting? Amari Cooper back? Are they getting? How do they do that and win?
I don't. They must know something we don't know about Ricky, or something's going on with Ayuk where he's a cancer.
Right.
He's done.
He's just cooked. When people are quiet quitting, we've either done it ourselves or we've experienced it, like around at whatever companies we've been at, and maybe that's what's going on. Maybe he's quietly quitting. Dobbs just went. I saw that.
Yeah.
Or we're doing it right now.
Or we're doing it right now. I'm locked in, baby. I'm locked in. I'm doing this because I want to do it.
That's right.
This is the FFPC $300,000 best ball tournament. Our guest, Trysta Krick, kind enough to join us from Portland, Oregon, USA. Adam Krautwurst, Mike Shope here, several hours north of Toronto. Can't get my phone to work. So this is my boomer moment, my weekly boomer moment on the show. Wi-Fi fine. This incredible location we're at has Wi-Fi, but I can't do texts. And everybody in the room is like, oh, WhatsApp. Group me, $12 a day. I don't know. I don't really want any of that. I want to see if I can survive a week without texting.
That sounds terrible.
You can't.
Like
Nothing.
I don't want to get home a week later. Like I get 70 messages from my father or something. Something really terrible happened and we couldn't reach you. Like, well, that's what I'm on the line for, I guess.
I have another question. What's up with Freiermuth? How come he hasn't gone?
He did.
He's gone.
Round 8. Because I love
round
eight.
Yeah, where is he? I don't even see
You're in
him.
a tight end space here, Trista. You are in a tight end.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, got it.
Tight end thirst in the FFPC.
Right.
Adam, how many of these 125s have you done or will you do? You said you were going to do 800?
800?
They won't allow me to do 800.
That's right. What's the next? I don't even know.
I think this is, including the ones that you and I do, Mike, I think this is maybe number like 6 or something. So yeah, best ball is the best because you don't have to set lineups. So you can just do a ton of them for sure. But and plus I love this actual tournament. It's tight end premium. You're chasing a lot of money. And I've done pretty well in it in the past. I haven't gotten to like the second round yet, but I've been into the first round of the playoffs. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
Trista, best ball is such the rage in fantasy. It has turned fantasy football into an August and forward, quote, sport hobby into year round, literally.
Really?
I mean, these sites are offering best ball drafts where you, like this one, where you don't touch your lineup. You don't have to do any management before the Super Bowl is even played the year before. And, when I started a league a few years ago that did that kind of as a novelty, it's not novel anymore because, big sites are doing this all the time. And we're drafting here on August 6th, but there's nothing early about it.
Right.
No. There goes Lockett.
I'm about to I have a fantasy draft later on this month. I think it may be Labor Day. Anyway, this league has been done since 1974.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on. It's the one. I think it's got to be one of the longest standing continuous fantasy football leagues.
It's 50 years.
Yeah. And it could be even earlier. They just aren't sure. They think it could have gone back to like 1968, 1969. And they did it all on paper, obviously.
Yep.
Right.
That was the best.
Yeah, it was like no waiver wire at all. There's just not available, not a thing you could do. They're very strict on the types of things you can do. I think you play your bench as well. And that ends up going for points.
We were on the clock.
We're on the clock.
So note that team 1 does not have a quarterback.
Okay.
Should we snag one from him?
I think it's Herbert.
Yeah. Do we have Chargers? Oh yeah, we've got
Palmer.
Yeah, we got Palmer. Fine.
I like it.
I like that.
Check the bye weeks. Week 5, Dallas, I think, is week 7.
5 Dallas.
Great.
Dallas is week 7. Yes, 5 and 7.
Herbert.
Now
I'm not worried about his injury. I mean, I think he could be distracted by it, maybe not peak, but I'll take that chance. I mean, think about getting Justin Herbert. Think about a year ago, getting him at the end of 12.
Right.
It's kind of crazy.
Do we want tight end here? There's Ricky Pearsall that, like you brought up, it's probably early, but not early as of today. So he double.
I like Otten.
I like Otten too.
I like Otten as well. That's where I was going with it.
It's our build. Perfect.
Check the tight end, the bye weeks. Tampa's 11.
11, yep.
Ferguson, we just did with 7, so that's fine.
Perfect.
I'm not trying. Am I being a little bossy?
Well, listen.
No, not at all. I was literally looking at Otten right here.
Yeah.
Good.
I was looking at him or Jawan Johnson.
Yep.
This is a good team.
Last time, so yeah, no, I like this. I would have hoped to have gotten Jalen Wright with Achan, but he went at the beginning of 12. So,
you guys have a favorite type of olive?
The green one.
I like the ones that they'll throw on the pizza. You know what I mean? Like any kind of olive they'll throw on pizza. I think it's good.
We're doing Mediterranean night here, so the Kalamata olives are a star. Would you say?
So
what are the
Trista,
ones that have the red stuff inside? What are those?
Those are pimentos.
I like those.
Pimento peppers.
No. What's the olive? What's the olive? It's a green olive.
Kalamata or
No.
Calabasas?
That's your
I don't know.
That's your basic Italian green
Oh
olive.
no, it's Castelvetrano. That's what I like.
Really?
Fancy.
No,
Yeah, Castelvetrano.
So you know,
those ones are
Mike
nice.
is a big foodie, right? Did you
That's
know
what
this?
he says, but
Yeah,
I've
no.
never seen it.
So we go to we meet a friend or a coworker of ours, Lenny Papano, whatever. I'll just say it. We meet him for pizza one day.
Lenny.
Mike orders pizza with olives on it. What type of olives did you want on it? Black olives, right? That's what comes on pizza. Black olives.
Yeah.
Anything's good, but sure.
So Mike, being the foodie, kind of the food snob, they bring the pizza back. It's got green olives on it, and Mike's like, "What is this?" They're like, "Oh, we ran out of black olives, so we just put green olives on there." And Mike, I thought Mike was gonna flip the table over. You know what I mean? And start spouting off some PFF.
It's like a Nostradamus story where Nostradamus he's sort of famous for being able to predict the future, and they try to play a game on him. Are we having pork or turkey? And then he says turkey, and they go back and try to game him. So they put the pork in, like they come out and it's turkey, and all the people are like, "What happened? Why isn't it, turkey or whatever?" He's like, "Well, it went bad." So Nostradamus never loses.
No, he never.
I'm not sure that story really equates to what you were talking about, but
But
I don't remember this at all. Black olives, all olives are good on pizza.
You don't remember that at all?
No, where?
Oh,
Vegas?
We were at in East Rochester. It was like around Christmas time.
Oh yeah, all right.
That? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Never forget it.
We closed the door on that story when you said East Rochester. Trista, we're doing a doubleheader tonight. Are you familiar with Nick Bakay's work?
I don't think I am. No.
Where to begin?
Tell me about him.
Deep sea fisherman.
So this Hollywood mogul, King of Queens, Mom, the current show Bookie, these are his shows. He writes or produces or executive produces. Bookie is like a Nick Bakay production.
Oh yeah, okay.
He, I think, is most famous for being the voice of the cat on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That is
nice.
not a show I'm familiar with, but
is he
I
funny?
think is he what?
Is he funny?
He's very funny. He was on. I mean, he was one of the first betting voices at ESPN. The tail of the tape, Trista. You must remember the tail of the tape on like game day, ESPN pregame shows. That was Nick. Advantage push. That was Nick. But he was ahead of his time because I think they really weren't ready for betting content. And this would have been at least 25 years ago.
Mm.
But he's from Buffalo. He's a great friend of Bulldogs for many years. He told me yesterday that today in LA, he was going deep sea fishing with his kids. And so look out because he always gets seasick. So we do not know what we're getting from Nick in an hour in the second of our 2 FFPC best ball drafts tonight. But he's been in the Draft Sharks Invitational. He's got an FFPC account. I know he plays, and he will be our guest on Draft 2 in an hour.
I love that. You can ask him about ciguatera poisoning since he's a big fisherman. So I ended up going to Vegas for Summer League, and I went to the Wynn and had some Chilean sea bass. and literally like 2-3 a.m. That night, my stomach started seizing. And then I thought I was going to die. I was like, what kind of bad fish was this? Because it tasted great. It was awesome. It's really high end, beautifully done, perfectly cooked. And turns out like ciguatera is a toxin that is in these like dinoflagellates on the rocks of these like tropical waters. And the small fish eat them. And then the big fish, like the sea bass, like the Chilean sea bass, eat them. Can't cook it out, can't smell it, can't detect it with your eyes. And I was done. I was out for the count for 3 straight days. I think I lost 10 pounds from it.
God.
Wow.
I didn't ask him about it. Yeah, Vegas, terrible.
That's
Kamani Vidal is a name I do not know. That's the end of my
Chargers. We are up here.
Chargers,
Chargers, potential RB1, but I was going to recommend him here. Adam, look at the build. What do you want to do?
I mean, I like Ricky Pearsall here for one of these two picks. I think he's a guy like if we're looking for like his value could go up 4 rounds with a trade of Brandon Ayuk or 5. You know what I mean? I think I like that.
Okay.
And then whatever else you guys want to do, we could go Tank Bigsby for running back. We could go Jalen Polk or Mims, like whatever other players you guys want. Doesn't matter to me.
Trista, I mean, okay, he was first round 131. Pearsall.
I like Pearsall. That's my pick as well.
He's hurt too, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Re-aggravated a shoulder today.
Okay.
Yeah, Pearsall hurt again. It says discouraging injury news on McCaffrey and Pearsall. Only a matter of time. Blah blah blah. I mean, injury regression's a thing. I don't know that Pearsall is necessarily correlated to that though, since he wasn't on the team last year. I guess he just tweaked his shoulder. But listen, we're trying to get a guy who's going to be a beast in like 15, 16. So I'm good with it.
Elijah Mitchell, by the way, hamstring injury today. If we want to go at some point, Jordan Mason or something later on.
I want to throw out a name for discussion, and I'm trying to figure out when to do it. I don't really think it affects our team. Oh, there's Jalen Polk, who I was thinking would have been my pick next, but he goes at the end of 14 with Clarence Tracy. Can we talk about Justin Fields and whether that's like what we think is really going to happen there?
We can, but we're on the clock. I wouldn't like that. What do you guys think about? And I hate to bring this name up, and maybe it's a reach. Maybe it's too much of a reach. What do you think about Troy Franklin with Bo Nix?
Not yet.
Not yet. I do like Troy Franklin though. I do like him, but he probably goes like round 18 or something.
Got it.
Like
so we're early. That's why I said I wasn't really me.
I think Adam Thielen.
Ooh, I like that. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, Adam, you just got played.
Carolina.
It's quote value.
Come on.
I know.
And that's our game.
That's our game.
And his floor is high.
Of course.
Oh, Trista is so in on Adam Thielen.
Yeah,
oh,
I am.
Who isn't?
What
our wide receiver? Who isn't?
Listen, I was pounding the table for Adam Thielen last year, and I had a ton of Adam Thielen, and he was great for me the first time.
He was. That's actually true. It sounds like a bit, but that's actually true.
It's true. It's true.
Thielen, our wide receiver 7. I think with this team, you take the best value you can get. He's like half a round of value by recent drafts. And Carolina, Tampa, if we get there, that's what we're all going to that game.
Can you imagine Carolina?
Oh my God. I'm in. I am so in.
Where is the game? Does it matter?
Does it matter?
London? Is it in London? It's probably.
Is it in London?
It's in London.
Week 17, Tampa, Carolina. Shouldn't that game, Trista, be in London? I feel like it should.
So. Maybe in Rio.
Could be in Rio.
Mexico City.
Well, if it's in Tampa, we can stay with our friend Stacy Perez, who's from down there, a fan of the deep end. She's in the Tampa area.
Who's a bigger fan of the deep end than Stacy?
Trista now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You guys got to introduce me to Nick Bakay. I want to meet him.
See, look. In case you don't, nobody believe me. Mojo's got the receipts.
2023 though, 2023, not 2024.
Yeah, he's talking about this year. I'm sorry, the receipts are not yet printed.
Never mind. Wrong year.
Has anybody been? Has either of you ever been farther north than I am right now?
Are you by the North Pole? You could have me fooled.
Not exactly.
How far are you from the North Pole?
Mean, many hours by road transport.
I've never been north of where you are.
I am probably 5 hours north of Buffalo.
Nope. Toronto is probably as far north as I've been. Is Maine more north than Toronto?
Some of it would be, I think. Some of it would be. We can get the map out. We're going to have a little time between drafts, Trista. We can get the map out and measure states and provinces and cities.
When is Jermaine Burton going to go?
Oh, that's a good question. So he has been sliding a little bit because Yoshivas got the good press in Cincinnati. But, that's kind of a cool idea. We have the Chargers. and they play New England in 17, so we should keep New England in mind. And there are always options with the Patriots late in these drafts.
Yeah, they are. Not a lot of people love them.
Mayor Brissett. How many games does Brissett get?
Half, at least.
Half. Oh, my.
6. I think 6.
6. What's the Trista's probably got a bet in on this, right? Or what? You
No, I don't. I don't. I
Okay.
just
Do you have any over-unders yet? Like, where are you going this year?
I don't like, I told you this before, I don't like futures because I don't have any illegal books because I'm a company woman right now. So
right
I don't
now.
do the offshore thing right this second. So
We'll
I
see
have to
about
put
tomorrow.
money-
We'll see about tomorrow, but yes.
you know, anything, as the great Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible. So
Oh, beautiful night.
You know, Adam is a Celtics guy, and I think, weren't you just with Paul Pierce recently?
who, me?
Yeah,
I was with KG.
it was Garnett. Okay.
Kevin
Yep.
Garnett.
I was with KG.
How'd that go?
He
Was it a
told
good
me I
night?
reminded him of his sisters because I gave him a hard time about the fact. I don't know. Did anybody notice that he's always wearing a bubble vest, like at all times, like every month of the year? I asked him, "Is this like a bit? What is this? You keeping your core warm? Is this like a suit jacket? Is this like a hood suit jacket? Like what is this?" I said it like that too, and he goes, "What? You don't like it?" And I go, no, I like it." And he goes, "You don't sound like you like it."
Well, listen, he was the one who had that interview with is it Seager with the orange suit? Is that his name? What's
Yeah, Craig Sager.
Craig
Craig
Sager.
Sager, sorry.
The
And he
late
was
Craig
killing
Sager.
him, killing him about like his orange suit or something like that. So you like KG, have it.
He's the best. He's the best. Yeah, I like him a lot. Maybe more to come there. I'll let you guys know.
Oh,
All right.
Never know.
listen, big Celtics fan here. You know, and my favorite thing about KG is that is he over the Ray Allen thing yet? I hope he's not because I'm not. So he definitely shouldn't be. So I love that he lets Ray Allen have it for leaving the team.
Has Leggett gone? Oh, golly.
Legatte's gone. Jermaine Burton.
Yeah, like literally as I said it, he went.
Yes. That's happened before tonight.
Yep,
Yeah,
twice.
it's the
Kyren
mush.
Williams. Kyren Williams. You said the K. They picked him.
All
We're
right, so
round
what-
16, by the way.
What do we
Pick
do?
about-
191. This will be.
Demario Douglas,
What about
New England.
Theo Johnson's gone? Come on.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
I know.
Douglas is taken. Jordan Mason goes. That's interesting with McCaffrey injured and maybe Pearsall, or rather Mitchell,
Yep.
too. I'm open to just what the best value is. Mitchell might be it, actually, if
Addy?
you want to sort of bet on him, or Braylon
Addy?
Allen.
I like Addy more. Is he he's not gone?
Who?
A.D. Mitchell,
Yeah.
gone
Gone. When?
this round.
Oh. Oh, there
Quentin
he is.
Johnston gone.
What about
Quentin Johnston's going too. That could have been the triple. With,
okay, if we're taking a backup, I like Bigsby or Braylon Allen for running backs.
I would be Allen. I like this team so much that just give me somebody who could go off if there's an injury.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
down.
And
And
then,
then maybe another receiver or even a tight end in 17.
are we taking another quarterback?
Didn't we
Well-
do Herbert and Dak? Is that not enough?
No, well, you had mentioned wanting to go Franklin and
Oh yeah, but I'm not gonna pick Bo Nix. No chance.
okay. I thought
We could. We
I mean,
could.
He's gonna go late.
He's
late.
gonna go. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
We
I mean,
could.
It wouldn't be. Would it be Knicks now or would it be Franklin now?
I think it's
I would pick-
Franklin.
Do you like Franklin or Mims? I kind of like Mims over Franklin, but or we do both.
Mims is the much earlier ADP.
Yeah.
I don't trust Mims though, and I think Bo Nix is like gonna try to get targets to his guy. As an Oregon Duck,
Yeah.
I
That's
feel
fair. Okay.
I
I'm
feel
reading.
Troy Franklin will be just his
I'm-
eye will go to Franklin. His
I'm
eye
prepared
is not
for
gonna.
that.
And Mims has been quite disappointing.
Do you guys have thoughts on Bateman?
I like Bateman, ish.
I've always loved Bateman. I just can't. I
He
can't
always
quit Bateman.
disappointing.
I know.
What about Eli Mitchell?
I wouldn't hate it. Has Tucker Kraft been taken?
That's a
No,
good question. No,
I like Tucker Kraft.
he's
like
not been
him
taken.
you like him as the starter there?
There was Burton.
Yeah, I like Tucker Kraft. I think Jordan Love likes Tucker Kraft a lot too. I know they're in a tight end sort of battle, but
I think
one-
that waits.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So
There are like 8 tight ends we could pick at the next turn that
what's
are
the
about the
pressing
same.
ADP? Is it Elijah Mitchell? Is that the pressing ADP?
Yes, there's an injury today, but yes. Receiver wise, Mims, Bateman, and if we pick Mims, we're open. Actually, Bateman correlates with Houston.
All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Dell.
I like Bateman. I like Mitchell. It's the 18th round. I like them all.
Trista, what do you think of Rashad Bateman? And if Baltimore plays Houston in Week 17, and we have a chance, we'll go to that game too. Somehow we transport to both the Carolina game and the Ravens Texans game.
You better
You
pick
like
them.
Bateman more than Eli Mitchell?
Only because I think of the Houston point and running back, we've got 5, so I don't feel like we have to force that.
Yeah, that works for me. I mean, it's already done.
I
I didn't realize that Dortch hadn't gone.
Who?
Dortch. I didn't realize he
Dortch.
hadn't gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Arizona. A lot of
But we have no
Dortch,
Arizona
out
talk. We have
there.
no correlating.
Right.
Will you be going to any Bills games this year again?
If you guys go to the playoffs, I'll go again.
That's
We're
it though,
0 for
right?
2. Yeah, we're 0 for 2 though. So
Adam, Trista went to the last 2 Bills playoff losses.
yes.
I'm trying to go to a Bills game, and I've been to 100 Buffalo home games. I'm trying to travel and go. So
It's
maybe
a good year for it.
LA, right? What else?
LA, Seattle's good.
Oh,
Seattle would be good. I'd be down.
there you go. Maybe meet us there, Mike. Road trip.
I was out there last summer for the first time. I almost moved there many years ago, and checked out of the apartment. Everything. I was going to Seattle to do radio for the Seattle Sounders, Trista.
Oh wow,
when they
really?
were not even in MLS yet. I was going to be working with the guy. I think his name was Thomas, who was the voice of the Seahawks. Not sure I'm right on the name, but then I got a call from them a couple weeks earlier, like, yeah, we're still trying to figure things out. And I got scared and I stayed home.
And what a beautiful decision that it was. What a beautiful
I did
decision.
love it out there, of course. I mean, who
Trista,
wouldn't love it?
thoughts on Bend, Oregon. We're
gotta go. Oh, so
Gotta go.
great.
okay.
If you like golf, there's incredible golf there. If you ski or snowboard, amazing, great breweries. Your beer gives me, I like IPA. I like all kinds of different hops. So there's a lot there.
That's right. Well, Billy Musico, our boss here at Player Profiler, it lives in Bend, Oregon. So it'd be nice. Maybe we'll go out there and visit him. And go to a Bills game. And go to a Bills game while we're out there.
Go to Bend, come back to Portland, take either a puddle jumper or drive up to Seattle. I was at the NFC Championship game between the Seahawks and the Packers.
Wow.
It was the wettest game I've ever been to. It was nonstop pouring.
Oof.
Nonstop.
You were there as a fan of one team, or you were just there,
I was
or
just
what happened?
there for the vibes. I was at that end zone where all the shit was going down.
Wow.
So, Trista, I think it was for 2 years, maybe 1, but on Mondays after Bills games, we would have Micah Hyde on.
Oh.
And Micah Hyde.
On this?
No, on careful. No, on WGR, he would be on. That's funny. No, he's yet to be on this show, Adam, but we're still working on that, right? Micah Hyde.
Yes, we are.
So he and Jordan Poyer showed up right after Sean McDermott took over. They played almost every snap for the Bills, as you guys know, as more mosquitoes fly around me, for 5+ years. They both got older and got hurt. And so Micah There's my father-in-law in the next room, by the way, who met Micah Hyde at a car dealership. Anyway, he and I and Bulldog were on every week, and something happened in a Bills game where I brought up onside kicks. And he sort of flashed back to being on that Packer team. I think the player's name was Richard Rodgers.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who misplayed an onside kick when Green Bay basically would have won the game. All they did was kick 19-yard field goals in that game. They deserved to lose between, the three of us. But there was Micah sort of jolted back to the pain of that Packers loss. And I remember being on the air oh my goodness, I never even thought about the fact that he was on a team where they lost a trip to the Super Bowl. The closest he ever got to a ring fell apart because of a missed onside kick, which every Packer fan would know. But I wasn't thinking about that. So, yeah, you were at that game.
Yeah, I was at that game. It was crazy. That was, it was so loud. And I know there's a lot of Packer fans that talk shit about Seattle and say they pump noise in there. It was really freaking loud, really, really loud. And obviously the fan base was lit up. Oh, Troy Franklin's off the board and Bo Nix off the board. God damn it. They're listening.
We never liked those guys anyway.
Yeah, they're listening. And Tucker Kraft off the board.
Yeah.
What a round.
Seriously.
What a round.
Well, we do, Adam, we do want one more quarterback and one more tight end, right?
What do we got? 2 and 2? Yeah, I would definitely love another tight end for sure.
What about Jonnu? Is he gone?
Gone.
Probably.
When?
It died. Listen, tight end premium, it dies. It dries up.
Round 14.
There's Gesicki for Cincinnati. There's Dawson Knox, and there's an injury away tight end. And actually, it's best ball too. He's going to score some touchdowns this year. So
Who, Gesicki?
Knox.
Oh, Knox. Yeah, I'd be down for that.
And if God forbid,
We are going to get rid of these.
Kincaid gets hurt. Knox is the starter.
Second draft.
Yes.
What about May?
Ugh.
No.
Well, let me look at the quarterbacks. It might be.
What about Wilson or Carr? What about Taysom Hill? And they move him to tight end, and we get the points.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
So, Trista, what happened last year was New Orleans moved Taysom Hill from tight end to quarterback, Adam, on the depth chart. And FFPC said its policy was to do likewise. So you drafted him all summer as a tight end, 1.5. Then he was put into quarterback. He is not throwing the ball at all for New Orleans. They could do the same thing the other way. I kind of like it.
I'm fine. At 18, I'm fine with that. He's the last tight end really left.
Adam, you okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine. These are all dart throws, anyways.
Yeah.
And something cool could happen where something like that does happen.
It's Prescott and Herbert.
Right.
We could be fine.
Right.
And then maybe we'll sort of steal some tight end points or even
They
quarterback
both
points.
have injury issues, though. It is true.
It is true. But listen, you got to play you can't be super concerned about all the injuries. There's been so many injuries in the NFL the last couple of years. It's crazy. So you just kind of got to go with the flow. If we were going to have a running back here, to me, it would be Lobby probably.
What about the number one tight end on Justin Herbert's team?
Who is that?
Disley.
Ugh. But we do need a tight end. We do need a tight end.
We could.
Yeah, it does make sense. Double dip.
You're okay, Trista, with that too?
I'm fine with that. There's no one else that I'm really.
It's not Donald Parham.
Urging for.
Okay.
It's not Donald Parham.
Wow, what a big finish. So I am getting completely swarmed by mosquitoes. I've got food out here because I never have left here since dinner was very kindly brought out. We have one pick left with Trista.
Yep.
Then we have a half an hour to do what?
I can. I should have anticipated that. We can end the stream and I can just create a new one, and you can send that to Nick if you want.
Trista, what should we do? Just keep it going? I think maybe we should just go inside and talk some more and wait for Nick. Right?
I'm okay with that too.
you're gonna go, to the links, to the range.
That's right.
Me? I'm gonna go put up some more stuff on the walls that we took down. I'm gonna do some more laundry. There's just so many daughter dudes to do that.
That's right.
It's not funny. My mom's just hanging out. She's passed out right now. She's just crashed.
Oh no.
Just
crashed. She's listening to some mouths open. Mouths open. Got her headphones in. Just absolutely cashed.
How many fantasy
Back to work for you.
What do you say, Adam? Do you say how many fantasy drafts am I going to do?
How many drafts are you doing this year?
Probably 3 or 4.
Nice. Just a normal life.
I can't do anymore. I mean, sports betting on top of this.
Yes.
Just too much.
Yes, I get it.
How do you look at what fantasy is in the context of sports betting? Like, is it betting? There was a legal loggerheads when it came to this a few years ago with whether or not it was a skill game or not.
I think it's both skill. I mean, you can do as little research on both as you want. And I think on both ends, like you look at NFL player props, for example, and I put a lot of damn research into that. You know what I mean? In terms of target share, in terms of, pass defense, in terms of, route tree success, different receivers and how they deal against man coverage zone, like who's a zone beater, who's the man beater. So like all of that is not always priced in on Vegas on their side because they don't put that much resources in, especially early on in the season. I think it's skill. AJ Dillon going in the 19th round. I just forgot all about him.
Welcome to the 19th round of a best ball draft at FFPC. There's a bunch of guys here that you might not have been thinking about. I was thinking about Will Shipley when we picked Will Dissly.
And he's
because
gone.
I wouldn't mind. He just went. I wouldn't mind having an Eagle here with the Dallas stuff. And for me, that only player available would be Gainwell. But Adam, I do like a running back with this last pick.
Yeah,
I think we have 5.
Yeah, I threw Lobby on there. I threw Isaac Guerrero, who was a size, speed, athletic freak for the Niners. So, couple options there. Couple options there, for sure.
Trista, you feel like you'll be good to join us? I'm sorry to do this to you on the spot here, but this fall on Tuesday afternoons on WGR?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Great.
Definitely. You got me. I would do it for free. I mean, I would do it no matter what, no matter where I was, no matter what I'm doing. I'm in the middle of some crucial stuff with Audacy. So we'll see what my contract is literally up in less than 30 days. So we'll have to see. But yes, in terms of WGR, in terms of my love for Buffalo, it will never end.
Where did the Buffalo love start? I'm new to this Buffalo love. What's the Buffalo?
We got put together. I like to, when I go on hits, I like to ingratiate myself with the fan base and feel what they feel. And I like small. Yeah, I like small markets too. Memphis, Buffalo, Sacramento. So those are the ones mostly that I felt like a real kinship to. And so, I do what I can to support.
Love it.
We appreciate that.
Who are we taking here?
I mentioned Philadelphia. I like Gainwell for this pick. I like a running back. And there's also Royce Freeman. Who could be Dallas's running back. He's had an Achilles. He's older. I mean, it's round 20, but I would listen to either.
Trista looked disgusted when you said that.
Did she?
Yeah.
There goes the Buffalo love right there.
I've only known her for
20th round.
I've known her for 8 minutes. And
I'm getting attacked by mosquitoes.
Oh, my God.
You guys already heard what I said about Royce Freeman. I guess you could say, like, Zeke is washed. So we have no running game. Are you guys not worried about CeeDee Lamb with no running game?
No,
we don't care about that.
We don't care about that.
Did you have one last year?
I mean, better than this. We had Tony Pollard.
Listen, it's still early. I'm telling you, listen, Javonte Williams might end up in who else? Elijah Well, Elijah might end up there. Elijah Mitchell might end up there. Who else we got?
Khalil Herbert.
Khalil Herbert. There you
Damian
go.
Pierce.
Up there.
Has he been taken, Cleo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There goes Gainwell.
There goes.
What about
Gainwell.
Jeff
I don't have
Wilson?
another Eagles idea at this point.
I like
What about
Javon. Go ahead.
What about Jeff Wilson or
Oh,
Ooh.
Javon
Love
Baker, Patriots. Your idea is New England, LA Chargers.
Hold on. I like Trista's idea.
Of
Jeff Wilson.
Jeff
Is
Wilson.
he going to hang around
Yeah.
it? Listen, Miami. If we
Miami?
get 2 injuries there, we know 2 running backs can go off. No one's drafting Jeff Wilson. Scroll down.
Is he still on the team?
I
Yeah.
think so. I haven't heard he's not. Although I should probably find that out in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, find that out, or else Javon Baker to
All right, I'm gonna look
counteract
it
our
up.
Chargers
Yeah, he's
players.
still there.
He's still there. I see it.
All right, you want Wilson?
Yes.
Done.
I love that from Trista. And then when we win 300K, we'll go back to that moment. Right there.
That'll be the moment. Like when Achan goes down.
No. When Mostert goes down. Okay.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. When Mostert goes bad. When
Yeah.
Mostert goes down because he's my age,
Yep.
and it's Achan and Jeff Wilson. We know that the dual running back situation, and like who knows, like maybe Mostert goes to the doghouse. I like Jeff Wilson though on this team.
I love
Trista, we love you. I'm so glad you were a part of this. Wish us luck. I'm so glad you were. You're on our team here, Team Deep End, Team Buffalo.
Can we do these regularly, little check-ins, like little 10, 15-minute
Sure,
check-ins on how our team's doing?
We better.
absolutely.
We better.
You guys
You are a
sending
part of
me?
the Deep End Celebrity Series, so
Are
absolutely
you
we
guys
will.
gonna send me like a list of like how do I track this? Is there like a app or
Oh,
something?
Can we add a third owner, Mike, or no?
If she wants to make an account, sure,
Okay.
Yeah, send me the details so just so I can see what's happening. You know,
we will. We will.
MyFFPC.com. We'll send the link over. We'll add you as a third person. Makes sense.
all right.
And then do a couple drafts while you're in there. Make us look good. You know what I mean?
I
What's
might
the code? Profiler? I'm sure there's a. I'm sure I
send
should.
me all
Sign
the
up.
details that I need in order to like get this done.
You got it.
Okay.
Consider it
I
done.
think, Adam, I need to sign off and
I'll-
get out of the bugs.
I'll
I'm
break down the
like
team.
this all night. It's got to be
Yeah.
terrible to look at,
Yep.
but I've got food out here and I'm getting destroyed by mosquitoes. I know. We're all doing this. So we'll be back in, half an hour for the 9:30 best ball draft with Nick Bakay, right, Adam?
So you do want me to log off this and do a new one then? Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. Gotcha.
We'll be back on Player Profiler, the Deep End stream for the 9:30 best ball, but got a break for now. Thank you, Trysta Krick.
See you later. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
From the Podfather to you, I deeply appreciate you tuning in. And many ask, what can I do? What can I do to help support the hosts, the research they do, the production costs? Go to playerprofiler.com, Dynasty Deluxe, World Famous Draft Kit, Rankings, DFS Dominator, and of course, data analysis. Subscribe to any one of those, and you support all of us and take Player Profiler to the moon.